This segment is sponsored by Petland.
Welcome back. Joining me is Ron from Petland. And who do we have here?
We have Louie, our son's dog Andrew, named Louie here. And then we have, I like to call this one Krusty Sue. She's 17 years old. She's got a little crusty stuff on her, but she's wonderful. Both wonderful dogs, actually from our store, Petland.
Let's talk a little bit about Petland.
So we, Wendy and I, have been on a mission for 20 years now, looking for the best breeders. And what's funny is about 6 months ago, we have been hitting it so hard. I actually you kind of poke your head up and look around and go, how are we doing compared to everybody else? And I realized our breeders that we work with are better than all the other breeders. And it's not, if you ever go to a seminar or something and you learn some new things, at the end you go, well, I really didn't learn anything new, but how they put it all together is what made the difference. And that's what Canine Care Certification is all about, and that's what Purdue University developed. And we are now holding our breeders accountable to their practices. And they have 5 pillars. You can look it up on the web, Canine Care Certification, put Purdue, and you'll see it right there. All our breeders adhere to all of the standards. They are held accountable. There's inspectors and all sorts of stuff. And I was like, golly, nobody else in the world is doing what our breeders are doing. Some things that they go really heavy into, veterinarian oversight. So a veterinarian is always looking at them, looking at their practices and all that kind of stuff. So that's the high level. Preventative health plans. So it's not just the health and the food and the water, it goes into the well-being. How are they behaviorally acting? You can go into one of our Akita breeders and the Akita is actually trying to hug you.
Oh, wow.
That breed normally doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And here, mom and dad are trying to hug you, let alone those little puppies are having fun. Genetic health testing. Well, I've heard of that, and other breeders do that, but they don't do all of these things. And so our breeders do that genetic health testing. The behavioral wellness plans, they actually have exercise programs, turnout yards where they're running around and having fun. The kids of the families are interacting with the mom, the dad, the puppies to make them really social and all that. Safe and enrichment environments. So making sure, the veterinarian's looking at the environment and is it enriching? Chews, food, places to stand up on, go down on, different textures, all that kind of stuff. Ethical retirement practices. This is interesting because back in the day, 20 years ago, the breeder goes, I'm fearful of that mom or dad after retirement going into somebody's hands. We now work with those parents from when they were young all the way through so that you would easily take one home and go, oh my gosh, I love this little one. So we work on ethical retirement practices. We keep on going down that line more and more, and all of our breeders adhere to this, and that's what's important. They're doing all of the above.
Definitely. Ron, thank you so much. For anyone who's interested in stopping by, where are you located?
Petland, Iowa City. We're on Lower Muscatine Road. Check us out on the web, petlandiowacity.com.
And if you have questions for Ron, give him a call. That number is 319-535-4206. And as always, this segment is sponsored by Petland.